Good morning, fellow hunters. This is Jared O'Lantern with another Halloween 2015 haunt build video for you. This one's not going to be so much a tour, just as showing one of the attractions, if you will, from the haunt. Right here, I finally got my wish. I got my drop panel for this year. I just finished it yesterday, and that's why I did not upload a video yesterday. I did actually make a lot of progress in the rest of the haunt, but I was so wrapped up in finishing this that I didn't have time to upload a video. But anyway, I did finish this, and so I'm going to do this video now. And so as you can see, this is that same corner. It's at the end of the haunted house slash witches hall section of the haunt. That very last corner that they're going to visit before they move on to the doctor's office. And so there's going to be several options to get people to, because being that they're not going to walk over here, there's going to be several options for them to come this way. The hostess, who will actually be a witch, actually played by my girlfriend, she will be the hostess walking them through the haunt. We don't have a free-form haunt where we let people just walk through. We actually have someone kind of giving them a tour. And we only take in a few people at a time. It worked out really well last year, and actually the year before that too, so we're hoping that it goes just as smoothly as it did before. So to get them to come into this corner, to approach it, because I would like them to be as close as possible. Being they're actually going to stop here before they walk in, so that's not like entirely scary. Yeah, but it's close enough, but still I want them to be pretty close. So there's gonna be various options. She might have like somebody come read this sign, which is just it's actually a pretty cool witch sign that I picked up at the dollar store. So they could read that, and then it drops down, or we could have them, even though this is not a working cord, we can have them, we can't go into the next room until, someone turns off the light, something like that. And just, it's going to be improvised. There's never really like a true script or anything. But anyway, anything that can get them to come up closer. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on the other side of this thing, and I'm going to show you what I did. So here it is, you guys. Very, very crude, very last minute, but still, it does the job. And I'll show you in a second. I just briefly want to go over this, the construction of this. I actually do not have a vehicle that can carry large pieces of wood, so I actually had to get this cut for me at Home Depot. And that's really cool. They'll cut any wood for you to any size that you want. I believe like the first 2 cuts are free, and then each additional one is like a quarter, so it's not too bad. So I took measurements of the entire doorway, and then just added a couple inches to make sure it's covered. Then I took the entire measurement and then have them cut it in half so I could transport it in my car. And in addition to the plywood, which makes up the big panel itself, there's actually this panel piece actually came from Michael's. It's like the kind of like the craft plywood that they have there. It's really good quality. Can be expensive for the size that you get, but if you have a coupon, and they had a 50% off this week, so it was okay. The plywood also here, which just makes the gate latch flush with the panel. Other parts, I have these 1x4s, which act as a track for the panel to drop down into, and then a set of 1x4s at the bottom to catch the panel. And these are they're overlapped panels. There's no special tracking in there. It's just overlapped wood and just secured on there with screws. And at the very bottom is one long 2x4, and that'll just capture the impact of the drop. As mentioned before, the gate latch is what releases and then locks the panel. And I'll actually be the one behind here. I'll be manning the drop panel. My character most likely will be Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story. We actually kind of have an American Horror Story theme that I did unintentionally, because I just realized that we had like the haunted house, which is kind of like the murder house. Then we have the witches, which is like coven. Then we have the asylum, which is like asylum. And then so with me being Twisty, that kind of brings everything together with the freak show. We're not, entirely dependent on that theme, but that was just what we went with. And that also helped us name the haunt. We do live on a street called Brown Street, and the name of the haunt is Brown Street Horror Story. And the flyer, which maybe I can post a picture of, actually uses the American Horror Story font. So anyway, sorry, I got way off track there, but so let me just go ahead and show you the drop. So I will be standing behind here. The opening, because of my limitations of not having a vehicle to transport the wood, I had to do some compromising. I wish the opening was a little higher, to my height, but I'm really going to have to be ducking down a little bit, but no big deal. And so basically, I'm going to hear the cue from the hostess outside on the other side. I might also add like a peephole there so I can actually see them. And then as soon as I see them, and there it is. So there's the loud, sound that you want. And, it catches it pretty safely down there. I might have to add a few more screws to the 1x4s. 2x4s is perfectly fine. So then there's going to be the guests right there, waiting for me out there. Still a mess, I know. And yeah, it should give them a little bit of a jolt. So I'll be in here with, it's a small hallway, so any effects that I get in here are going to look and sound really good. Most likely it'll be a strobe light and creepy carnival or circus music. So there it is, you guys, my drop panel. It's not 100% to the way that I wanted to do it. There's definitely things that can be changed and that can be perfected for next year, but at least I do have it, and it worked well. And so I'm looking forward to scaring a lot of people. Day after tomorrow. I can't believe it's already very close to Halloween. It's crazy. So anyway, you guys, thank you for watching, and if you like what you are seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, happy haunting.